Yeah, we should be live now. So, welcome everybody to another fantastic opportunity to watch to watch live from Studio B. It's the Paul Murray Show.
This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Paul Murray Show. I'm so excited, Paulie. I'm so sorry. I'm on the Paul Murray Show, guys. Come on.
Yep. So anyway, we're here today, and we have one of our guests is Philly Drone Life, Michael, and we're expecting maybe some other of your favorites to drop in with us. Brandon Rain, how you doing, Brandon? Welcome.
What's up, Brandon? I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Brandon, for my overwhelming excitement, but I'm on the Paul Murray Show, man.
And so we're just kind of hanging. Hey, Joyce, how you doing? Welcome.
Can't find the station.
I'm doing fine. It's the rain stopped and the sun came out, and it turned out to be like 44 degrees here today. The snow is melting, and so all is good here in Port Huron, Michigan, north of Detroit.
He sounds all professional.
Geek Savannah, how you doing?
What is up, Geeker? Yes, what is up? I'm sorry, Paul. I'll calm down. I'm trying to keep it down, but I'm so excited. I'm on the Paul Murray Show.
Yep. So we're here this evening, and we're 5 to 7 north of 54. How you doing? North of 54 says hi to Michael too.
Hello, Michael. I mean North.
North of 54.
Oh my God. Wowzers.
He specializes in cinematic photography.
Oh, dude, these are all new guys and girls. Joyce, North, I gotta hook up with yous, man. I gotta check you out.
Michael does a show just about every day. Michael has lost a tremendous amount of weight, and he did it with the help of discovering how much he loves to fly drones.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And so it's really kind of therapeutic for him. How much weight did you lose, Michael?
I think it's about right now we're 320 pounds and counting. It's 3.5 years post-op. October will be four years total.
So you were tremendously overweight.
Oh, but about 600 pounds plus. The scales go up to 550. So after 550, you're just big. You know, but yeah, Paul, like you said, the drones took me. Wow, man, it just gave me something else to do rather than eating. I can get out there and fly, man.
There's Lawrence.
There he is. What is up, bud?
What's up, guys? I'd like to let you know, if it wasn't for you, Paul, I would not be here.
I know. I appreciate it.
Herman's in the green room, you know, getting makeup put on and shit.
Yep. In the green room.
Well, it's kind of named after him, you know.
PMS show?
Yeah, no, the green room.
Oh, what's up, Mikey?
Hey, what is up, Lawrence?
Nothing, man. I'm actually uploading an FPV video because the last FPV video that I tried that inverted yaw and crashed, well, I did it today. So I'm in the process of actually uploading that video as well.
There you go. Michael, Geek Savannah, did you see what he wrote?
Yeah, that's good. I'm just responding now, Paul. He's great. And
did you is it windy there in New York, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Yes, and here in Philly too. Yeah. Wow.
All right, I'll see you when you get here. All right.
He must be talking to Herman.
Okay.
Yeah. I was. He's in makeup.
Okay.
You know how it is. Big celebrities.
Yeah.
You know, get to wear Superman suits during Halloween and stuff, you know.
Yeah. You know.
But
Halloween. Who said it's got to be Halloween?
Rigor mortis. Mike, everybody, hello, what's up? I have to say, today was my best all-time FPV. I was in the zone day, and I got each battery. I got a different video because I walked to a different part of the park, and I got home to find out all my footage was like this.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because the last time that I flew and I tried that inverted yaw upside down and I crashed,
Yeah.
I checked all the
Something
screws,
loose.
I checked all the props, I checked everything, right? Pre-flight check.
Right.
I never checked the GoPro mount.
Yeah, I was just
I
gonna
had
say
ripped
that.
two of the
GoPro mount
back
was vibrating.
screws, two of the back screws out of the GoPro mount. So
Yes.
when every time I revved the engine, the camera would start vibrating and stuff. But
Yeah.
I was able to stabilize some footage.
Yeah. Well,
And
good. At least you're
I
able
was
to
so
save
happy
some.
that I did the inverted loop and
Yeah.
and came out of it the way I was supposed to. So I
Yeah.
learned a new trick today.
Well, when you did that flip, what happened was that camera was like being in space. It just.
Oh, that's when I went upside down, right? And then I spun.
Yeah.
And then after I spun, I was supposed to do either a flip forward or flip backward horizontally. Well, the ground came up a lot faster than I thought. So as we speak, I have 83%. It's uploaded, 83% of it.
Hello, Rigor Mortis, and hi to Jack Sparky too. Welcome, welcome.
Jack Sparky, loving it.
What's
What's
up,
up,
guys?
North?
What's up, everyone? What's up, Mikey?
Not much. I'm here meeting some new people. I just got north of 74 photography. I'm your 139th subscriber.
54.
54. I may screw
Okay.
that up, North.
Let
But
me support his channel too.
Dude, let me tell you something.
All right.
Speaking of the best
North of
day,
54, I just supported your channel, buddy.
speaking of the best day, Herman Lawrence, I had one of the best days ever on the treadmill. And let me tell you what I mean for that, if I can for a minute. You know how like you do things, just like you can relate to this with the FPV. You just don't feel like you're getting better, no matter what. It's everything just feels the same. Well,
Yeah.
today, for whatever reason, dude, I started to giddy up the horse run, and I can only usually do it because my knees are so bad. I start to run, and like I would say a minute after I'm running, the knees go bad. I gotta stop. Today, I went on and on almost an hour, dude, of just constant running.
Ah,
And it
there you
felt
go.
awesome. Who's that? Is that your message, Paul?
I just got his alert.
You just got the alert.
Yeah, hey, just so you know, I wasn't going to come on. I came on because I thought Paul was going to be alone. I didn't know that you guys were popping on. I would have.
No, Michael, you're always welcome, Michael. As long as you don't get too overboard.
Exactly, and you know, sometimes, and I understand that. I get
I
it.
don't think the world is ready at 5 o'clock for full blown Michael.
Exactly. And that's, but you know, I was under the impression Paulie was going to be all alone. So I can't let Paulie be alone. Yeah, I swear I'll bring the Michael here, not Philly.
Well,
And-
that's how I felt, because it's getting to the point now where I attend too many freaking live streams during the week. It's starting to affect my social life.
Well,
I don't have much of one. I really don't have much of one, but with the fact that what Herman and I are trying to do with those guys, because we're looking to get merchandise and stuff, and we're trying not to do it through Teesprings, which means we might have to charge a little more, but the quality would be better. Okay. And we're also trying to do things, huh?
Teesprings, the quality's better?
Yes. No. Teesprings, the quality is
Right.
Right. It's standard quality. Okay. Like we're talking baseball caps with embroidered logos on, not silk screen and stuff like that. So
you're going to a private company, is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, Lawrence, not to upset your apple cart. Teesprings will not. I don't think they do embroidery, but who was it? Vistaprint does embroidered caps.
Yeah,
they're pricey, but they're really.
That's why
nice.
I was saying because I looked at the site and I was like, ouch, you know. But we're with all the things that we're doing. Getting back to the point I was talking about, and me trying to do the FPV and camera drone thing. I'm trying to do learn FPV and put out FPV videos and do camera drone stuff and still keep up with the live stream that I got to do Sunday and the one that I got to do with Herman on Wednesday, and now the one that's coming up with Paul this week. And also now Val wants me to come play Velocidrone with them, because she gave me a code for Velocidrone, and it's like they get on late at 9:30. There's not enough freaking hours in the damn day. Plain and simple.
No, you got to quit your job, bro. This is going to be a full time.
Bro. This is becoming my job.
Absolutely. That's you got to go big, bro. You go big to win big.
Yeah, but you guys are cutting into my Xbox time too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who needs Xbox when you can fly like a magic?
Dude, I'm 56 years old and I'm busting these little kids' asses.
Yeah, I know.
And taking no prisoners.
That's right.
You know, if I'm in a race and the kid is too fast, I'm tripping him.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hey there, you know. What's up, Roger?
Roger's
What's up,
in
Sean?
the house. Canadian Groundhog.
Not literally, but I play Xbox, but it's cutting into this. And like I said, while we're talking right now, I'm uploading a video. Finished processing. Now while I'm talking to you guys, I'm gonna go and create a thumbnail and stuff like that. So if you hear music, I'm gonna try and mute it so it doesn't interrupt you guys. Even though I have the mic only the front of it facing me, this mic is these Yeti mics, man, pick up stuff you don't want them to pick up.
Yeah, they're good mics. That's for
Hey,
sure.
John Coopy, what's up? This is not the Paul show. This is the Paul Murray show, the PMS show. This is the only PMS show that doesn't happen once a month, but 4 times.
Yep, you can have PMS 4 times a month here.
Yeah, see, and get it out your system.
Well, and the thing of it is I want everybody to know, Lawrence and Herman support me so much that when I go on at 3 or 4 in the morning, they're right there with me.
Yeah, right there saying, look at this fool. I'm going back to bed. I mean, come on, Paul.
Tell
I got
Michael
up to go
the story.
I got up to go to the bathroom one morning and you were on. And that was scary because this is coming from a guy that said he would never do a live stream. Remember?
Oh,
Mikey?
yeah. Oh, I remember.
Mikey, remember?
Let me tell you something. I have his notifications off for whatever reason. And I'm like, when I saw him do something tonight, he's like, oh, I'm like, what's going on here? He's doing a live show. When did this start? And so he just pulled me in and I'm pulled up his channel and I noticed that it's off and I go to look. This is like the 3rd week. I'm like, so yeah, I had no idea. Tonight, I thought was his first night. So what are you going to do? Yeah, I knew it. It was coming. Everybody wants a piece of the pie,
It's okay. It's okay. I understand. He couldn't help himself. Paul's on everybody's live stream. He's like, what the hell am I doing? I might as well have my own joint.
Yeah. He's I don't blame him.
No, I just came out. Oh, Asgard, Hugh's here. How you doing, my friend? John Coopy, too.
How are you guys? Yes. I shouted out John Coopy.
Yeah.
And I don't have John's email address, or I'd send him an invite. And Hugh, if you'd like to come on, you have time, I will invite you. But, I don't want to push anybody.
What's up, you? Do you remember when I called you Huge? I thought his name was Huge. So for a week, every time I'd see him in a live stream, hey, what's up, Huge? And he'd look at me with the cocky look. And I'm like, why is he looking at me like that? I didn't do nothing to him. And then finally he comes on, he's like, dude, you've been calling me Huge for 2 weeks. And so really? He's like, my name's you.
You, yep.
Oh, it was so funny, man. I'm old. My eyes just couldn't. It was putting it together.
Yep. I understand the old thing. Yep.
Yeah.
I do.
Listen, now stop it.
Lawrence told me one
refuse.
time.
to say
Lawrence told me one time.
I am the old word.
Yeah, when Lawrence told me one time, because I'm so old, she says, "Paul, you're so old. I bet when you fart, dust come out." Yep, and that's right.
I knew you were going to use that again. I heard that somewhere today, and it was pretty good. Who said that?
Lawrence.
Lauren said, I know I heard it somewhere.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Lawrence is denying right to the end.
Yeah.
All right. I'm listening to you guys. I'm not looking at the chat.
Okay.
I'm actually creating a thumbnail for this video.
What's up,
Hello,
Joe?
Timeless. How you doing?
So I am here listening to you guys. I just can't see the chat room, things like that. And it's crazy because I've gotten into this FPV thing, and then I just converted Mike to Crossfire.
Oh, really?
And every place that I couldn't fly with FrSky in this video, I literally walked from one end of the park to the other to fly from one end of the park to the other side. And I had no issues whatsoever.
What were you using prior to this as a receiver?
What was I using for what?
As your receiver prior to this?
Oh, I was using FrSky, and everyone was saying XM Plus. Everyone was saying,
really? Wow.
Everyone was saying, how come that XM Plus can't cover that whole yard?
Yeah.
I can cover that yard. But what they fail to realize is just as you start getting to the exterior of the park, that Wi-Fi bubble and cell phone bubble starts extending into the park.
Mm.
And it just causes interference. But this TBS Crossfire, I was cruising behind me, I went out over the water today. I never went out over the water, dude.
Wow.
It was in the park. It's a 380-yard park at its longest length, which is about three and a half, just over 3.5 football fields long. And then it's maybe about 2 to 2.5 football fields wide at its widest point. And now I can stand anywhere in that park and cruise the whole perimeter of the park.
Yes, I did send you a link. Let me know if you don't get it.
Still clean, Lawrence? Is it clean or is it
The
start to
video,
get
yeah, I turned my VTX up to 800 milliwatts. It goes up to 1 watt, but 800 milliwatts seems to cover the whole park.
Wow.
And Hadley's famous FPV is sending me an 8-inch pagoda. I have a 5-inch on there, and I was able to cover the whole park with a little going behind obstacles. It would kind of bzz, bzz, once or twice, but I could still see.
Yeah.
All right. Now with that 8-inch, huh?
What's your goggles? What's your setup? I'm just curious. to see
Oh,
how-
my goggles. I have a pair of freaking Sky Zone 02 X's.
Really?
Yeah, $300 pair of goggles. They actually, you can
Yeah.
get them for about $250 now, I
Okay.
think, between $250 and $270.
Now
And
it's for Commanders, which I would have if I get back in. I think I'm gonna. Oh, I remember when they came out. Yes, and there was mixed feelings about
now,
it. but
hold
some
on.
people
They have
loved them.
the Sky Zone 02s Cs, which has the same camera point here, but the
Right.
camera does not work. This camera works.
Works, guys.
So I can
Oh,
hit a
you-
button. Yeah, so I can hit a button with the goggles on, and you can say something to me, and I can give you the bird back or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Good, Lawrence, looking good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
up,
Mike,
you?
you got to hear this last night. So last week was my birthday, right?
Happy
And-
birthday.
Thank you very
Hey.
much.
Yes.
A little bit late, but my in-laws come over last night with a cake for me. And the people had misspelled my name on the cake and it said, "Happy birthday, huge."
I knew it. You had to think of me. You had to think of me.
I was thinking of you, man. I was
There
thinking
you
of you
go,
last night.
bro. There you go.
And I'd like to welcome my co-host to the show, just a little late. He was in makeup, Herman Green.
Oh, lady.
What's up, Herman? How you
He's
doing, buddy?
got makeup on.
What's up, guys?
They were killing you, man. I tell you. All right. Inches again.
What happened?
Now I'm reading Geeks Vana. He says, "Uh-oh, we're comparing inches again. I lose." Freaking
Zero-sum game, my friend.
Yeah.
Rigor Mortis really likes your goggles there, Lawrence.
Oh, thank you much, man. Listen, I did a lot of research, and
Yep.
economically, I can't afford to spend $400 plus, 450, 500, 600, 700, 800 to $1,000 for a pair of goggles that don't come with a battery,
That's crazy. I
that
know.
don't come with a module to put in. They don't come with antenna. So if you spend $450, $550, you're gonna have to spend another $150 for the module, diversity module to put into the goggles, and then you're gonna have to spend another $25 to $50 on decent antenna. And then you're gonna have to spend another $100 for $60 to $100 that I don't know what Fat Shark batteries are for the battery.
Yeah, like $25. That I never understood that. Why Fat Sharks would release such an awesome product and not even give you an antenna.
Hold on, my wifey's home. I gotta get the door.
Okay.
Because people will go out and buy that antenna to get what they need.
Yeah. But I mean, it was like so, and I mean, not even a battery to turn it on. Ugh.
Well,
And
they'll buy that too.
Yeah,
Herman,
yeah,
did you,
yeah.
Herman, did you hear Michael went and got another mini?
Yeah, I know.
Story there.
I
Yeah.
have to, man. How do I not? I was telling Paul, I didn't, people were just, I was sitting there crying and I'm doing my thing. Oh, I missed my mini. And then $10. Hey, $10 toward a mini. I didn't say I was getting one. And then I cry some more, another $10. So I start saying, the hell with it, I'm going to start crying. So every time I went on, I start crying for the mini. And I got
your
like,
mini?
I lost the mini.
Oh, shit.
I'm almost there. My mini.
There you go.
Anyway, so you get it. But I got like $200 donation from all the community. Wow. So how do I, and everybody's like, put it toward the mini, here's toward the mini. How do I not get another mini now? So the mini was ordered. We're picking it up Friday, and it is the community's mini. And there we go. We're going to have some fun. And I promise to keep this one, guys. I promise.
Now, how's your Mavic 2? Your Pro and Zoom, are they out? You're still good with those? You still got them?
Yeah, I'm still good.
So far, so good.
No, you leave me alone. Don't be hexing me, Paul. All he throws out, he's going to crash. You keep doing that to your battery, and you're going to
put a gypsy curse on you.
Yeah.
No. Well, here, Hugh, he landed last night with 3% battery left.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
What's so bad about that? It's plenty. But it's 3 whole percent.
You know what I shoot for? 30.
Yep,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
That's okay.
You know how the controllers tell you, battery level is low, return to home and you can cancel it, right? Then it comes up on Michael's, it says, Michael, the battery level is low, return to home. And he cancels it. Then pretty soon she starts talking, hey, you stupid idiot,
You
return to home now.
wouldn't that be cool? I would probably listen to that if it said that. So we need to call DJ out. That would be great.
Why would you listen to that? You don't listen to it falling into the street.
You're probably right. But it never fell into the street. That's the thing. Now,
You don't
I know
know where it
everybody's
went,
wishing that for me,
Yeah.
but it ain't never going to happen. Trust me. Never. Well, I shouldn't say never. I just cursed myself. Hey,
Gypsy curse in action.
Gypsy curse. All started from Paul. But listen.
Just for you, Michael.
Yeah, listen, if it falls, this is my attitude. If it falls, I know where I fly. I know that there's no people. At the worst, it may dent the top of a car. I got to pay for it. Or a roof. It may put a little divot in the top of a roof at a house, and I may have to get a roof for somebody. But other than that, it's paid for itself. Come on. It's as much flying as I got. The freaking motors are burning out. It's how many miles I got on that thing. So it's 100 times over. It's paid for itself. Doesn't mean I'm going to be reckless with it, except for the battery. But the batteries, my experience, guys, is fly your batteries. That's my experience. Fly them down every now and then to 0. But just do it close to home.
Michael's got the only batteries in the world when he lands.
They're flat.
They're sitting there
They're
going,
huffing and puffing like a runner.
yep.
They're huffing and puffing like a damn runner. You can't tell me they're not. I'm sorry.
They are. I've had them shut off on me.
Hey, I wanted to show you this, you guys. I got my new camera, the Wyze it
Oh.
rotates. You can manually do it, or you set it. So I've got it set. It does its own rotation every 10 seconds or so. This is the
Okay.
front of my house,
That's creepy.
Like
and
that.
it really works good. And it was like
that.
$54 on Amazon.
I like that, Paul. Is it weatherproof? Is it out?
Yep.
It's outside, right? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I like 1080
Yep,
night vision.
yep.
Okay.
It's
I
called
need to-
Wise, WYZE.
Oh, I need
Okay.
a.
And it's wireless.
Yep.
Shouts random curses at the neighbors as they pass.
Yeah.
That's a feature.
Yes.
And what it does is you have to provide it with a power, plugs
Oh.
in the back, but that isn't
You're
tough.
just running a power line to it and it connects wirelessly.
Yep. Yep.
Now, the router is coming from a techie. The router and this is for your own security, is the
Okay.
router that you have that camera on the same router that you have the computers on?
Yes.
Should not be.
It
Why?
don't matter.
Why? Yeah, because I have mine like that too.
It
Why?
doesn't matter as long as he's got wireless cameras.
Yeah, it does, but
You don't want it. I was always told that you don't want it direct wired to your rotor.
No. What I'm
I
saying is,
need to know why.
You want a hardwire system for security. You don't want
yeah,
wireless system for security.
wireless signals can be
Especially when you
snatched out
go
of
on-
the air.
With so many different brands of cameras, it's now a bastard system.
Right,
Anything can happen to it.
right,
Talk
and
to the man who
wireless
has 8
signals.
Alexas. He's got 8
Your
Alexas in
wireless
his house.
signals can be snatched out of the
What
air.
happened?
Paul's got 8 Alexas. Forget about the cameras. He's got
Yeah,
freaking Alexa devices everywhere.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
okay, so
his
Alexa
network
will
is like a colander. It's like
But-
full
but-
of holes, man.
but Asgard, so Alexa will record the murder in that room.
Yeah.
Handy, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just
Hey, Alexa,
you
will-
know, all
They
that
have
wireless
Alexa.
camera. It's several delays all over the place.
Yes.
Ask
Yeah.
Alexa for interesting funeral facts.
yeah, just food for thought.
So does that mean I don't know that much about this stuff. So are you saying that if I have a wireless camera out there that connects to my router,
You saw
that
the
somebody
commercial.
can grab that
Okay,
signal?
I'll give.
Somebody
Where
can
is
get
it?
my
It's in
camera?
the air, right?
Hold on, Mikey.
It's outside.
Mikey, I'll
The
give you the
signal's in
perfect.
the air, right?
Correct.
Mikey, I'll give you the perfect example.
But I don't know how that's
Just
done.
recently on the news here in New York, they showed how someone's wireless connection had got hacked, and the guy had hacked into the little girl's camera in her bedroom and was telling her, "You can destroy your toys, don't worry," and talking to her
Yikes.
that way. That's
I
because
don't
it was
even watch
wireless.
videos like that. Okay, so so now for an outside though, what are they going to do? They're going to see what's in
Well,
front of the house?
and that was my point is I don't care what
Yeah.
they look at outside.
Correct. I don't have none of that in the house. This is just looking at the front of my home. So, but that's something to not. I'm glad you told me that. I didn't know that. I mean, I know
Yeah,
it's
because
wireless, but you don't think that there's devices that they can actually. Why they would do that, I know, but that you can do that with.
Yeah, it's
What do
pretty
they
cool.
have, like decoders that they drive around with, and you know,
Well,
it's
yeah,
like
they're like police scanners. The same way we have a police scanner, you have scanners that that scan
For
for
Wi-Fi.
frequencies. They have a scanner remote that's it's a very big remote and has an antenna at the end of it where I can program it for BMW M3, and I can walk down the block, and every BMW M3 I can open a door with.
oh wow,
But then you
Ah.
also have wireless. Your cameras are wireless, and all you have is a little plug plugged in the back of it to give it power.
Yeah,
You got a delay on that camera anyway.
yeah,
Right.
you're right, you're right.
So it happened already when you saw it.
Yeah, but only a couple minutes.
Whereas in real time,
No more power.
Whereas in real time,
Ah.
at least you could tell them, "Hey, put that down," or at least try to call the police or something. I'm
If it was
hoping.
hardwired, it would be on an arm and a piece of flex that goes into the side of your house,
Right,
or a hard connection into the side of your house.
right.
Now they
mean,
can't
to-
disturb that.
To most people, it
Makes it
doesn't
harder
mean a
to
lot.
disturb that.
To most people, it doesn't mean a lot, and they figure, well, I have nothing to steal anyway. but that's the same lax feeling that people have when they feel the same way towards identity theft. It'll never happen to me.
Right.
And I'm
Happened to
going
me.
to tell you, there was a time in my life where I may have had free internet for
Yeah,
several
sure. That there
years.
was a case like that.
Did you have identity?
Yes, as a
theft
matter of
happen to
fact,
you?
I did. I did.
Okay, see,
I'm an author, and I used to put all my personal information up on the line to interact with fans.
hmm
And because I'd left the country, I moved back from the US back to Canada. Somebody had stolen my social security number in the States and was applying for jobs.
wow.
Yeah. The IRS alerted me back here in Canada.
Mhm.
So anyway, they investigated. They did something about it.
But what I see,
And
this
that's
is
because
what
I was lax with security. Like Lawrence is trying to give you guys tips about security. Pay attention. I mean, he's not wrong. It can't happen.
I used to actually get paid to hook up people's smart homes. And the guy's like, I want this 65-inch TV, and I wanted to show my security cameras. I wanted to show my daughter's bedroom. I want to show the front gate and
Yeah.
all of this. And
Be careful what you share.
Yeah. Yeah. And because he was too cheap to drill hardwire through his estate, he wanted everything wireless. So now, because he had over 12 cameras, I had to get a Cisco switch,
Program.
which is what they use. I had to program a Cisco switch on a personal computer in his home just for a security system. And then he also wanted a camera in front of the house that he had control of and could go back and forth. And you know what the kids used to do in his neighborhood? Sit outside his gate and just make the camera spin around like this.
Because it was
Okay.
tracking. It was tracking them, right?
Hey, Paul, I have a present for you. I'm going to share something.
What you got?
Okay.
I'm going to share a picture. I don't know what you see.
Oh wow.
Oh, don't do that to me.
Hey,
Please
hey,
don't
Michael.
do that to me.
So
That's
Don't
you?
do that to
You
me.
used to fly those.
you
Yeah.
asked me about those the other day. So anyway, I'm putting together a little slideshow and I'll put it on my channel for tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me. You have video of you doing this?
Not video, only pictures, because it was almost 20 years ago. It's a long
I
time
don't
ago.
believe you.
Yeah,
If
well,
it didn't happen on YouTube, it didn't happen.
you're probably right. It's all in my mind.
But you
Anyway.
used to fly those all the time, Michael. But what happened is he got bad back, bad knees, and he couldn't, because you got to be able to land.
And run. You got to be able to run to take off.
You
Yeah.
can still land.
A lot of fun, though. A lot of fun.
Yeah, you could still land.
You can still land.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see my crappy landing in the video when you watch it tomorrow. It's not good. It's not pretty.
Oh, man. Dude, let me just tell you. I mean, can you imagine? So 600 pounds on a chair, can't move, to flying in the sky on a freaking
Yeah.
parachute.
Oh yeah.
It don't go any extreme than that. It's that and jumping out of a plane.
Landing must have been easy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, even with the chute, I was coming down. It just couldn't hold it.
Have you done skydiving now, Mike?
What?
You've done skydiving now?
No, it's
So
my.
you're just
I
thinking,
can't
okay.
afford it. No, but that is my ultimate dream. Alexa, shut up! Stop, Alexa, stop! Freaking, I'm always arguing.
Alexa, self-destruct.
That's how you guys talk to these devices. That's why you don't need them.
Alexa, stop.
If you got to tell her to stop and to shut up and stuff like that, then just get her out of the house.
Alexa needs a new job somewhere else, in another home where she's appreciated.
I programmed her
Right?
all wrong in the beginning.
I actually
And I
have her on
can't
mute. I bought
Right?
one of them, but I put her on mute, so I only use it. Like I only unmute her when I really want to use it. Otherwise, I don't want to listen.
How do you mute them? Wait,
There's
I
a
didn't know you
button on
could
the
mute
top.
There's a button.
Ah,
On
Yeah,
Echo
there's a
Show.
button on top. You actually mute the microphone,
No,
Yeah.
but
That don't
but
even
she's
sound
still
right.
listening.
I mute her all the
She's
time.
still listening.
I only unmute her when I want to talk to her.
So on Echo Show, I'm not sure if you
muted her. I muted her. Thank you. I didn't know you could do that. She's showing all red.
Yeah, but she's still,
Fuck you.
but she's still listening to you.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
she still hears
and
me.
the other
Yes.
side is the other.
not
flip
supposed
side
to
of
be
it,
able to,
Michael,
right? It's
is
supposed to mute the microphone.
you have to go over and turn it on in order to use it, and the convenience is just to say it.
Oh, wait, I could have said that and she did it, or she would have done it herself.
No. Okay, so hold on. On my, maybe it's not on your model, but on my Echo Show 5, there's a physical switch.
Yes, me, that's what I just did. I got the little round thing.
Yeah,
the
you can't
hockey
just
puck.
tell her not to listen.
Yeah, and then the ring
Maybe you
turns
can, but-
orange.
Hold it, guys.
I'm
Can
not
I
gonna
say
fuck-
something?
Sure.
No, Lawrence.
Is it still plugged in?
Yeah, Mike.
Oh yeah, it's still recording. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Thank
got a
you.
little red circle though, which tells she's not listening. I believe her.
No, she's
got
listening.
it.
She's listening.
It's like a trust thing. We just have
Yeah.
she's not
Mikey, yell Alexa self-destruct.
Alexa, self-destruct. She's not listening. See, she's dead. I killed her. You gotta hit the hard shit. The hard
Believe
part.
that if you want, Mikey.
Yeah, see, look. she's-
Mikey, I bet if you said I got this $1 million from so-and-so bank, she'd be listening.
Yeah.
Micro Ghost
I
is
don't
in the
believe it.
house, and so is
And here I thought I was playing it safe. What do I know? You know?
Oh, Mike Rigos, he's so nice. You got to give him a blue little panties there, Paul. He's harmless. He's a little old man. He's 130. He's harmless. He needs to be
He
You
said
know.
he's 130.
at least. There's dirt and there's him. Dean, I love you. You're a nice guy. He's sweet. He is a nice guy. He texts me. It's so funny. Dean is so hooked on this whole streaming. It's all new to him. And he's like, he wants to do it all in the middle of the night. Please, hey, if you're going live tonight, let me know. I figured this out and this does this and that does that. I'm like, Dean, I'm sleeping. 10 minutes later, are you up yet? Because I just found it out and we can do this. And we can, I'm still sleeping, Dean. And an hour later, he repeats it. And it's so, I find it cute. Anyway, I hope I don't get like that when I get.
I'm gonna text message you in the middle of the night. You going live, bro?
No, I'll be up in the middle of the night. This is during the day.
yeah.
My sleeping's all backwards. So I don't blame him. I mean, most people are up at 3:00 in the afternoon.
What are you blind?
Oh man.
You said most people are up at 3:00 in the afternoon?
Yeah, because that's what. Yeah, I sleep in the afternoon because I'm up all night, so I get my best sleeping during the day. So I'm a little bit backwards. I get things done at night when it's real quiet. There's everything's just dead.
Yeah, didn't you get up last night and fly? Because I
Yeah,
saw an alert when I got up at 4 a.m. saying Mikey was alive 3 hours ago.
yeah.
was live
It was
3 hours
pretty
ago.
late. It was pretty late, but it was such a beautiful night, and we're gonna have another beautiful night tonight.
I
so
know
I'm
one
gonna-
thing. I've seen your flights.
Yeah.
You got one time to do that here.
Really? What do you mean? I don't understand.
Yeah, you'd be out there doused with a bucket of water.
Really?
Controller and everything. Just
If he
wet.
lived on your block.
Yep.
Oh,
You got one time to be outside. Look at the dynamic range. Nah.
Nah, that ain't going on here. Right? It'll make a great video.
Either that or
another
a
one.
brick.
Yeah, brick may not work well. That's not gonna. But the water I like.
Hey Hugh, everybody wants to know how you keep everything straight when you're paragliding and don't get your chute tangled up when you're taking off or when you're landing and all that stuff.
That's complicated. That's the hard part. When you take off, you've got to make sure that everything is perfectly aligned because the chute is like it's an inflatable glider, right? It's an inflatable wing, is what it is. So yeah, that's the tricky part.
And you actually pull it off the ground when you start running, right?
Yeah, you pull it. Your arms are crossed like this, and you pull it up in front of you, and then you turn around like this, and then start. running
Oh,
forward.
okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It's like a bit of a ballet dance.
While the motor's running on your back.
Yeah, and you'll see this in the video when I show it tomorrow.
So let me ask you a question.
Listen, you're
Yeah.
a better man than I am.
Oh, Lawrence, that was a long time ago.
Mhm.
I'm older and wiser.
I could almost see Lawrence doing that and doing them flippity things. And
Brother, that's why I fly drones now. It's much
Thank you.
safer. Much
Thank you.
Paul, there's a reason I fly
The
drone.
only flippity I do is the DJI dance.
I don't have to get in a helicopter to see what it looks like from 399
Yeah, but
feet.
he's not telling you guys something. See, now you can't don't think that way. He's not telling you the feeling
He doesn't tell you that you sign an insurance waiver before you take off.
that
Oh,
too.
no. I went out and bought my own glider and engine
No.
off the internet. Off the internet 20 years ago.
Stupid. No.
And I had to go learn how to fly this thing, my friends.
See, stop right
was-
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
If-
crazy.
Yeah.
If I'm not
They
watching
have it on
built-
YouTube.
I put it together. There was no YouTube. There was no YouTube
was-
20 years
that's
ago.
crazy.
Herman, come on.
That's crazy.
I was
Just find
I
out
was
how to do
dinosaurs,
it.
man.
I've been watching schools of all about that, how to get started. You need about 10 grand. But at the school where they teach you how to do all this, you can buy it there. Now, and they, they guarantee it. There's not a hole in the freaking thing. So that's where I'm putting my life on the line. With
It's
somebody
still
who's gonna
very
guarantee it.
dangerous. It's
Oh,
still
absolutely.
Very, very, very dangerous.
But that's what I
I
wanted
hurt
to ask
myself a
you.
lot, actually.
So you didn't
I'm
do
good.
school or nothing? You didn't do no school? Did you get any learning?
Actually, I tried it myself first and didn't do very well.
Correct.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And so then I actually went and hired a guy who was
Yes.
he was an officer, was a military officer down in South Carolina or North Carolina,
They have
Bill
that.
Briley. And he taught me how. He was an Army paratrooper and he taught me how to fly.
Yeah.
I can see it
times.
now. He said it went very bad.
It did. The
I
first
can only imagine what that means.
Yeah. What
nerve
does
damage in my knee.
Tumble, roll, roll, roll,
Pretty much what you're thinking, man. Yeah.
Pretty
roll,
much.
roll. Come
With
No,
down.
100
better
pounds
yet.
And 5 gallons of gasoline on your back.
And right, the wind pulling the chute and dragging you along with this. Hey, like the little army soldier. Like when
That was one time at a bad landing at an airport. 30 miles an hour winds just above the treetops, but it was only about 10 miles an hour on the ground, right?
Mhm.
When I landed, the chute dragged me across concrete and asphalt. Oh my God, that was another.
See.
Now, there were a
Unacceptable.
lot of good flights in between.
Unacceptable.
So in other words, what you saying, you need to like strap like a skateboard to the back and front of your legs or something.
So, Hugh,
So that way, depending on how you
Here's-
go down,
here's
you can
my-
just roll.
here's my
Yeah.
question, Hugh, was it your decision to give it up and sell all the stuff, or did the wife have a
wife. I was just gonna say that.
No, it felt like he was playing professional football. That's
No,
why he
I was-
was-
Yeah, I was very quiet about any injuries when I got back from the airfield. I didn't say anything. I just took some Tylenol and shut up.
Yeah, the wifey'd kill you.
She
Hey,
didn't-
Mikey.
Very smart.
Hey, Mikey. Remember I was telling you about the gimbal, the mount?
Oh, you
While
didn't
I was
get that?
flying, while I was flying today, this was vibrating like a freaking.
Oh, dude.
So when I did a,
Lawrence came on, Hugh, and said he had the best
Herman was
Like-
waiting to put his sign up.
in the world.
I did. I had the best
Today.
flights today.
And the two screws weren't in on the back of the camera mount, so it was going like
No, they were. They stripped out. They ripped out on the last wreck. I checked all the props. I checked all the screws to make sure everything's tight, but I never thought to check. And I checked the screen, the lens on the GoPro. It was fine. So I said, okay, let me put another battery in and go back up. And I was
Herman,
flying, and I'm like, what's this
You know-
vibration in when I fly? So
You know-
today I did a flight, and I came back and I hit the power button on here, and it flipped forward almost. And I'm like, holy crap. Had I lost this thing while flying in the park, I would have never knew where it flew off. I'd have been still searching the park with a flashlight.
Hey, Paul. You
yeah,
know how none of those guys at the FAA know anything about flying drones, right?
yeah.
When remote ID goes in, they're gonna look at the data. They're gonna be like, with those drones, they're gonna be like, damn, thank God we did this. Look at how many times they crash. They're crashing every 15 minutes, especially that Lawrence guy.
So now I'm taking this mount off, and I'm putting this one on, which is be strapped down. This is a
Yeah,
GoPro mount here.
I have a session. That's
You
what
order-
I used to do.
You ought to order.
I have a
3 kilos
session
of-
too, but
from
it's on the
Justin.
smaller bird.
You need a stainless steel one.
Right, you do.
Oh, so hey Herman, remember you were telling me last week to save my money. So anyway, last week I did get a lot of cash for my birthday, so I am going to buy something, and I'm
Okay.
thinking about buying the Tiny Whoop number 2. Who makes that?
Oh, you would have to ask Lawrence. He would know.
Lawrence, Herman and I don't fly FPV.
A tiny
You
whoop.
just have FPV hunter?
Although I did see who was it that was playing around with something that was pretty good? Lewis. What was that he had?
Yeah, he did give me a
Oh.
look. Didn't he?
So it wasn't a sin whoop or something?
Lewis was flying around, nice little one in the house.
Was it a toothpick?
I can't remember the
that's-
name of it.
That might
Not the
be-
Cinewhoop. I can't afford one of those yet.
No, this whole setup he had was like $200.
Yeah,
I think
remember
he
that
showed
one.
it to us that day.
Yeah, I know. I forget now. Shit,
Oh, what was the name of that drone?
getting old, man. Tell you, I hate it.
I'd have to see it to
Hard
tell
find
you.
out. I mean, we could always ask him.
Yeah,
What's up, John Spizzo? How are you, buddy?
I got to look at my wish list in Amazon because I think I've got one in there that's that.
Well, anyway, I was wondering why my FPV video was so shaky as of lately, and I found out it's because this mount ripped out. So now that it ripped out the two screws, I'm gonna not use the screws anymore and strap it down like I had the original one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh,
I got
so,
some of this model airplane glue. That'll hold it.
let me ask you. Let me
And
ask. Rick
snap
Mortis
it off
says-
completely too. when
Rick
you're
Mortis
done.
says it's the Mobula 6.
Mobula 6?
Yeah, that's what Rigor Mortis says. He knows his stuff.
Okay. What I'd like
Okay.
is I'd like a ready to fly kit with goggles and everything. I know there's a few on the market.
Here's a Mobula 7 with
Ooh,
HD.
Oh, you got the 7.
that's pretty.
Yeah. The Mobula 7. It's
It's
I
okay.
really like the indoor. Hold on a sec. I
Yeah.
really like the indoor tiny whoops, but the problem is whether it's 2-cell or 1-cell,
Yeah.
the batteries, man.
One
It's-
cell's probably
it's-
enough for me, I think.
Yeah,
for-
they're
It's the
horrible.
time that you get. I mean, if I put 2 cells and 2 batteries in here, I'll get
yeah, of course. You're gonna get a
a
lot.
minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Hey, Roger just made an announcement. He's going to be on at 7 tonight.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Oh, great.
Yep.
I thought you guys mixed it up yesterday with Val with that 7. I know she's on Tuesdays.
Well, I think she's not going to be on tonight. I think is what
I thought it was Tuesdays at 7.
Well, she's usually on Mondays and Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
And I thought it was
Okay.
late. Doesn't she go on late too, Paul, with to play the game? Or is
She
Sometimes
that,
they
goes the
play the
game.
game.
Yeah, she usually does the game night
I don't
thing.
know why, but
on
I don't remember
Velocidrome?
Monday. I don't remember Monday at 7, but I remember Tuesday at 7.
Which Mikey, you need to pull out an old radio and see if it works in Velocidrone.
you know,
Go on in there.
you're gonna somebody. If you would walk me through it, I would do it. That's about when I started to leave the hobby. I just wanted to fly, guys, and you got to understand. Like I was one of the first to get into it when it went out there, and I had to learn all the crap on my own. And if you ask the wife, she'll tell you some stories that I mean, we almost separated over this. Just learning how to bind the freaking thing, she almost left me because it was crazy. I mean, dude, stand on one leg, plug it in, plug the battery in, then do this. No. Now you had the controller wrong.
Mikey,
It's like, come
Mikey,
on, guys. What
Mikey,
do I got to do?
Hold on, hold
It's
on.
easier
Mikey.
now, guys.
Can I say one thing?
These are spoiled.
Crossfire. After
Yes, I know. You hit
press
a
the
button.
button one time, you press the button on the radio, it updates the receiver,
Yeah, that's crazy.
done. Green
That's
light,
crazy.
you're done. Now,
That's
FR
crazy.
Sky, you have to hold the button
Yes.
and plug it in at the same time.
Come
And if
on.
you don't have
And hit the
three
button.
hands, it's not going to work.
And how about this? Oh, to put your thing in death mode. Oh, hold the button, plug the battery, stand on one leg, and cough. And if you don't do it right, if it
Oh
didn't,
no, they don't do that anymore,
it's not.
Mikey.
Oh, you don't do that anymore.
They don't do that anymore, Mikey. Now we just assign a switch to switch it to Acro, Horizon mode, and all of that.
No, I'm
Switch.
talking to Beta Flight on
Hey,
Beta
Herman.
Flight.
Yeah.
Lawrence makes it sound awful easy for crashing as much as he does.
Yeah, yo.
Hey, they say if you're not crashing, you're not trying nothing new.
Your brain.
Yeah, okay.
God.
Lawrence would make a great driving instructor.
Lawrence, let me tell you, no paraglider pilot ever said that.
No race car driver, astronaut.
Yeah, exactly. Neil Armstrong's like, let's just crash this thing. Come on, let's do it.
Hey.
Drive it
All
like
I
you
can
stole it.
say, all I can
That-
say is
That doesn't hold
gotta
true for a lot of
experience
things.
Yeah, it has gotten easier. So I mean, that's one of the things. Like that whole when the DJI system came out, just the clarity of that video started to push me in. Like, wow, this is something I could be
Getting
interested
it?
in again.
Pretty amazing. Eh?
Not yet. No, not yet. But this summer, I bet you we may be doing that. You got to understand when you go FPV, guys, you can't go back. You really can for a while.
No show flying of drones this year.
Yeah.
No show flying of drones this year.
What was that?
No shelf liner drones this year.
Shelf liner.
Oh,
Hey, Michael,
Yes.
FPV, you would always crash then
God.
because you would never return when the battery was low.
Oh no. No, yeah, we fall out of the sky with them drones, Paulie.
Oh,
Fall
God.
right out. Yeah, because
You
that's
just let it fall out of the sky. Oh, gotta fix that.
yeah. Fail safe. What the hell happened? Oh, you
Gotta
never
fix that one.
actually, believe it or not, you may not believe this, but I was better with them simply because they fall out of the sky, and then you gotta go look for them. And I did it. Of course, I did it, and then spent about 2 hours doing the walk in the park, up and down 2 feet, and
Yeah,
then
but you
move over
couldn't
2
fly
feet.
that the same way you would fly your Mavic.
Well, see,
because
back
if it
then,
drops out of
Mikey,
the sky,
but hold on,
somebody
Mikey.
just run it over.
Mikey, back then they didn't have DVR, so you could play back the
Correct.
footage and see where you wiped out.
Well, they had it, but I didn't have it. I didn't
Yeah,
have it.
Remember?
But see, Michael
Yeah.
used to do them.
Mikey froze.
Even if you had the
No, I'm there.
DVRs on them, you wouldn't be able to see where the hell
It
you are.
just said
You
something
see
about
motion.
my internet connection was low. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I didn't freeze, Lawrence. I was cool.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
That don't mean that Zoom ain't sucking something up over there.
Yeah.
All right. All of a sudden, everything's back clean now. But for
I
a
mean-
second, it said your internet connection was low. Now we're getting 200 and something Mbps down coming into the house. That shouldn't be an issue.
No.
you know, today is the first day I'm actually plugged into an Ethernet connection in 10 years.
Wow.
I'm at 700 megabytes per second. I just moved to the city, right? So we got
Yeah, that's
hugely upgraded internet.
That's almost college speed.
Well,
I
you,
think they're at a terabyte with most local colleges.
Is
you
that right?
don't,
that's
don't
pretty
tell
good
Roger
at
that. He's
700
upset
shit.
as it is, you know?
I haven't had this much since I worked in tech. Yeah.
Yeah, at 700, we could upload a 4K video really quick.
Yes, you could. You damn straight. Yeah.
Dude, I'm game, Sean. I'm game for that because I
My
was already
internet
going
is
to do a
going out, isn't it?
GoFundMe for that
Or
one.
there's a storm or something. Because everybody on there is frozen.
On where?
I'm only looking on the Zoom thing. I'm not looking on the.
Oh, Michael with a paraglider. You know, everybody that donates also gets $100 invested into his $1 million life insurance policy.
Oh, I'll take the chance. You don't have to worry about my life. Let me worry about that. I worry about that. But don't wait. Let me tell you something. See, now this is what I meant to say. You didn't tell you something about his story, and he left that out, and nobody seemed to ask. But what he didn't tell you is how it felt to fly around in a freaking cloud.
I
And
agree with Philly. Yeah.
You know, come on, dude. He left that out.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Come on, the pain, the
Yeah.
aches, the knees. Was it? I mean, I don't know.
Well, not only
Okay,
pain
so
in the
let me-
knees,
let me frame
he
this for you.
also said that there were moments up there when he says, "I shouldn't be doing this."
But that's the juxtaposition.
That's-
It's effing sublime to
Yeah.
effing terrifying.
Yeah.
And you get that it's quite a range. It's quite a range. But
And-
Mike's
and-
right. When you turn that motor off, 3,000 feet and everything,
Oh,
you just hear the
You
wind.
guys are freezing up on my end.
dude,
Yeah, Lawrence, you're frozen. Now
Yeah,
you're
you-
back.
that's your computer, Lawrence.
All right, probably because I need to finish. Well, I finished uploading the YouTube.
Yeah, you're rendering. You said you were rendering something.
No, I finished doing that. It's uploaded to YouTube already.
Close that YouPorn tab, Lawrence, for God's sakes.
What happened?
I said close that YouPorn tab.
Oh, the red tube, right?
Red tube. Yeah, sure.
Whichever one you use, it don't matter.
No judging here, man. We're all friends. Oh, too funny.
I'm actually screwing this frame back together,
So,
taking that mount off.
can you tell me how it felt though? I'm just curious. How did it feel when you turned the motors off and you were a bird for a few minutes? You
It
were
really,
a
Mike,
freaking
that's
bird.
it was amazing. And that's the whole reason I started doing it in the first place, was to get that feeling. Initially, I started hang gliding, but the problem with hang gliders is you have to have a cliff to jump off, basically.
Yeah, I can't do that.
You know, so the same as a normal paraglider, you have to have some base to jump off, or some way to get out, altitude, right?
To the
But with the
cliff.
powered paraglider, you throw a backpack on. As long as you got an open field,
That's
you
what I
go,
love.
you can fly.
In other words, you have to be willing to throw your soul over a cliff.
Yeah, that's rough.
The same
That's
thing.
rough with doing that. Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it now. Like, I'm too old. But when I was young and crazy, I did all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You got to watch my balloon ride because
I
that's
saw your balloon ride. That was last year, right?
Yes, it was last year. And if you look at me, I was terrified, dude. But with that being said, after you get your legs under you and you realize, okay, I'm not going to fall. I'm not going to come out. It ain't going to tilt to an angle where it's going to dump me.
Yep.
All of a sudden you get this serenity feeling and it's so quiet.
Yeah.
And that's like, oh man, you hear me. Where the frick? And it's a cow. It's a cow. And you're a part, and you start. Dude, I'm telling you, it was worth every penny.
I still like to do the balloon ride. That seems like a really fun thing to do.
Oh my God, it was amazing. The only thing is, if I did it again, I would want to be in a balloon a little bit bigger. That carrot, it's so small. You're all cramped in. And,
A little claustrophobic, yeah.
Yeah, and the landing is a little rough. So
Yeah.
be careful of that.
To the balloon.
In a balloon, yeah, balloon ride is awesome.
Okay.
Herb, you should try it.
See,
No, I'm
in a
good.
balloon, there's no fail-safe factor. No,
Yeah,
I'm good.
no, it's a balloon. Come on, guys. There's nothing risky about a balloon.
I
Oh.
saw the Hindenburg.
The Hindenburg.
That was
Recent
enough for
Right.
me.
You talking to a guy that worked construction, that's been on a scaffold, and I've been in that Bolson shit. I'm not doing that again, and I'm not doing a balloon.
But that's
Older and
more
wiser,
dangerous than a
exactly.
balloon ride.
Wiser.
That's more dangerous than the balloon ride. What you just described. You put your
Okay.
life more on the line.
Hey,
on a
Bill,
freaking
Coast to
scaffold.
Coast Drones is
There's
in the
only
house.
one problem. If the scaffold goes, I still have the harness.
Oh, okay. You're hanging. Yeah. So you didn't
I don't
tell
know
me
what you're hanging from when the balloon goes. The balloon?
Bye, Rigor Mortis. Have a good
Oh,
evening,
that's a
my
good
friend.
point. Yeah.
But Bill says coast to coast. I'm old, crazy, and Hugh.
Yeah.
He likes
He's old and crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what was the
Thank you.
hard part
Good one, Billy.
with the scaffold? When you feel it kind of like tip, most people think to go towards the building.
Yeah.
That's what you don't do. You go towards the edge of the scaffold to get it to go back flat.
God.
Because if you go
Natural
towards the
reflexes
building,
to go
you'll
towards
fall
the-
in between the building and the scaffold
Oh.
Natural reflex is to go
to the
towards-
building.
against the direction you're falling.
yeah.
But the scaffold's designed, like he says, if it's falling, you're supposed to give way and go out with it.
Go to
So
the
it'll
edge
swing
of it.
back.
If it moves, go to the edge of it. It'll adjust itself. But you go
That's
to the building, you'll fall in
crazy,
between.
man. Get the hell out of here. I couldn't even wrap my mind around that one.
Well, imagine the chair. You're sitting in the chair, you unloosen the knot and you lower yourself down and then you tie it back and you sit there and work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No, thank you.
yeah. No.
Do you know the best part
Plain
of
and simple.
the whole thing?
No, thank you.
When I got out of that paraglider, I didn't start doing any kind of photography with it for probably right till just before I finished,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. So I only got a couple of rolls of film from when I was actually up in the air. But that was really when it paid off for me. When I started seeing images that we get from our drones now every day, like things we can take for granted, I was getting those 20 years ago. And it was mind-blowing, right? Because I wasn't up in an expensive plane. I was up in a $10,000 paraglider, and I could go anytime I want, do aerial photography.
And you adjust the gimbal.
Yeah, and I was the gimbal. Oh yeah, 3-axis, baby. You got it. Oh boy.
So how many times did you do it? When you started flying, how many times did you go up here and for a while, or just a couple times you were like, I'm good?
I don't remember. I don't have my logbook anymore, and I did have a logbook. Maybe 20 or 30 flights. Not that
Okay.
many. Not like you with your drone where you're up every day.
Right.
You
But
know,
so
if I had to physically go drive somewhere and all that.
Oh,
So it's less
absolutely.
convenient.
Can you see Hugh? Can you see Michael running down that little narrow street, taking off?
wires, we got wires.
I can
Oh,
see him getting hooked up on one of those poles, get caught, and be yanked back to the ground.
Like a slingshot.
we got wires. We got wires. Oh,
Like a slingshot.
You guys got
birds.
those utility poles, right?
Bang.
Right?
Yes,
You
yes.
got all those. Yeah, they would get caught up in that.
There's so much shit, but I just found that I got the coolest way now, guys. I didn't realize you can do this, but if you got a car, if you have a car with a sunroof, you can take off from the sunroof. You got beautiful visual sight of the drone going up, and then you look out the front window and you can get it. And for the wind, and that's gonna be, it's awesome, man. And there's no rule.
Gliding.
There
In Canada, it's specifically outlawed, that thing.
there's no law against not being in your car. In Canada, there
In
is.
Canada, there is. Yeah, not in the States, maybe, but in Canada, it's specifically, you said
Yeah,
that you can't do
no
that.
car. You cannot be in your car.
If you're driving the car, it doesn't say you can't be the passenger.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
different.
Well, dude, wait. I'm not
Yeah.
driving.
Hey, you
Oh,
guys, I got to get out of here. I got to break out.
See
All
ya.
right.
See you, Lauren.
guys,
Hey, Lawrence,
everybody-
you go have a good dinner, my friend.
All right. Have a good evening, guys.
Thanks for coming in, Lawrence.
All right.
Yeah, you. I'm not. That's against the law here too.
okay.
I'm talking about
Oh,
just
yeah,
sitting in a car and
yeah,
beat the
yeah.
weather. It's so awesome, and
Yeah.
I just realized it. I mean, I'm sure guys have already done that.
Hey,
But-
Bill from Coast to Coast Drones is living in Everett, Washington, which is the epicenter for
Wow.
all of the coronavirus episodes that
That
are
was in China.
Stay indoors.
Yeah.
Don't go to China.
either that or take up paragliding.
Well, but no, but yes, it has hit Washington. I just watched on the news tonight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cases in Washington for some reason, and supposedly the people that got it in Washington didn't go to China, so they got it in Washington. That freaking shit is scary, man. But it's just a flu. I mean, but I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
drone shots also brought up an interesting fact is that when you use that power paraglider, you didn't have to be licensed for that, did you, Hugh?
Nope. You still
No.
don't. You still
Yes,
don't.
that's crazy.
Still don't.
That is crazy.
Yep.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that, guys? How crazy that is?
Yeah.
You need a license to fly a little model. A little
I'll tell you
tiny
what, though.
toy.
I was doing this right
yourself
after
and you're
9/11, and it was a little bit weird because I was living right outside DC, right? And so the skies were still pretty quiet 2 years after 9/11. There wasn't a lot of ultralight traffic. It had really quieted down after 9/11 happened, right? So
Drone Shot says his 85-year-old mother loves to go for balloon rides.
Oh, does she? Oh, well, there you go. She found her peace, man. To guys, you should really try it. There's nothing in the world like it. It really is.
They got a basket as big as this room.
There's some big baskets. You could fit into it. I
Oh,
seen
exactly.
you. You could fit into a basket. You know
Oh,
what the
no,
hard
no,
thing is?
I'm not worried about that.
What are you
I
gonna do?
need
Run
something
around?
where I can't touch the sides.
Well, I don't know about that.
They've
But
got those baskets that they're very pricey.
yes, that it does get.
I'm not
more.
trying to buy one. I'll just go for the ride.
I almost bought one when I had
Once it
Little
gets over
Caesars.
the lamp post, bring it down.
When I had Little Caesars in Kansas City, they designed one with the Little Caesars emblem and everything on the side of the basket. Then I started figuring I had to have a chase vehicle, I had to have a tow vehicle, I had to have all these trailers and all that stuff. Now,
So Drone Shots is saying you could. I was going to type, but it takes forever. He said you could go to 10,000 feet. I only went to like 1,000. That has to be amazing to go that high in a hot air balloon. And I kept telling the guy, go higher, go higher.
just remember, Michael, in most cases, the higher you go, the faster the balloon goes.
Correct. And it is the more dangerous.
And it doesn't come down right away either.
oh, you can
Correct.
drift off pretty quick. I guess.
Correct. Good
Yeah.
point, Paul. Yeah, because we only paid for like it was like a 1.5 hour ride.
Yeah.
So he was basically saying, dude, you paid for an hour and a half, 10,000 feet. You're going to take 3
can't
hours
get
to
you
get
down,
up
yeah.
and down. Yeah.
I can't get you down in time.
And
Yeah.
he pretty much planned the flight to have somebody on the other end at
Yes.
a
Yes.
specific location to be
Yeah.
there when you arrive.
But what I didn't like, and I hope he's not listening, is he used me
Mhm.
to wrap up the balloon. So at the end, I got out of the balloon and he's like, oh, he kept insinuating, if you want to help, that's more, he had me helping him do the rolling, the pulling, and that was hard.
Oh,
guys.
I thought he had it all folded and told you to lay down, and he wrapped you up in the.
No. And guys, it's heavy. That freaking balloon, you don't realize how big and heavy it is.
I bet.
Oh, it's heavy, man.
Yep.
So yeah, but I helped. I mean, you're so high. You're on such a high. I just was, what do you want me to do? And so I helped him. But
It was in the balloon getting high, you said?
yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been cool. Can go 10,000 feet. Paraglider can go 10,000. I thought they could go higher. Can't they? A paraglider.
Right. To be honest, I don't know. It depends on the amount of lift, right? So air density, you'd have a bigger wing, you could go higher.
Oh,
But I mean, your standard
how'd you
paraglider, maybe
get-
there's a
Hey, Hugh, how
Glide with it.
long could you fly on 5 or 10 gallons?
yeah.
a long time, Paul, because you're catching a lot of lifts from the airs, right? So
Mhm.
I would basically use the gas to get me up into the altitude. I'd stay around maybe 1 to 3,000,
Right.
depending on the temperature too. I was flying a lot during the summer when it was like 100 degrees on the ground. So,
Right.
Obviously you want to go higher because it's cooler, right?
Yeah.
It
Right.
drops about 5 degrees per 1,000 feet of altitude.
Now, did you have a handheld radio or anything, or?
Yeah. But often I didn't have anybody on the ground, right? Once in a while, my wife would come and do like a base station for me, but otherwise it was just me by myself, right?
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow. But yeah, he's saying you catch lift and you can go
Yeah.
for miles and miles and miles, man.
You
According to how the
can.
wind's blowing.
Yeah, you absolutely can. You can go for an hour or two. There's a kid on YouTube now that,
Yes.
that travels across the U.S. in his paraglider. It's amazing.
Yes.
You see him when he
I
stops
watch
at
him.
McDonald's and Wendy's. He drops down.
Yes,
and
I
goes,
watch him. He
gets fast
landed in
food and then does
McDonald's.
these again.
He landed in McDonald's, gets a burger, gets back up in the sky, eats his burger. I'm like, that's freaking
I'm
crazy.
gonna find
And-
that guy. What's his name? Travis.
Oh, he's
amazing.
famous, dude. And what's the thing where you kick your foot out and it's called something where you make everything, you go faster on the glider. You straighten out your legs and they call it something. It's something called on a
I
glider.
don't know.
Anybody
I
know?
don't know.
It's your arms or straight arms or something. I'm going to
They probably have a whole culture around. When I was doing it, it was hardly anybody doing it.
Oh,
Literally, like I had to buy my stuff from Germany and Israel.
oh, wow.
Literally, there was no stores, nothing like that, right? It's a little better now.
That's why you bought it off eBay, huh?
Right.
I did.
Well, I didn't realize. How old are
Tucker,
you?
Tucker got.
Tucker, that's
Tucker
it.
got it.
Yeah, Tucker.
Sorry,
Dude, he's amazing,
I'm gonna
bro.
link his thing in the chat, Paul. He's amazing.
He just taught his girl how to do it too. So now him and the wife live in a caravan.
Oh no way!
They travel around the
Yep.
freaking world, him and the girl. They do canyons. I mean, imagine living that life, guys. And all his money's being made now on YouTube.
Well, Michael, the next step after that is those flight suit where you put your arms out and it makes wings, and you just.
Now
the
that
Red Bull, you jump.
dangerous.
Right.
That's crazy dangerous.
Yes, that I don't know if I could. The flight suits.
You
Oh,
did where you were because you could hear you screaming for about 10 miles.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'd do it.
Oh man. No, you got to jump out of something though, for that. What he's talking about.
Well, there's actually one now. I just saw they launched in Abu Dhabi the other day. It lifted off by itself for the first time. Now it couldn't land back down, but it lifted off by jet engines and then took off.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, first flight. It was just like last week in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, I gotta see that, man.
So they're working on this constantly, right? It's getting better and better and better,
The
but still
technology.
dangerous.
Well, you're throwing your body. And why is it, guys? I mean, from the beginning of airplanes, what is it about our brains that we want to fly? Human
I don't
beings want to fly. Why? Not to get to a place quicker. It's something else that's going on in our heads that we want to fly. Not everybody. Herman don't want to, but you know, but most of us, most the rest of us do. I mean, yeah.
Herman, you're on mute, buddy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah, it's well, you know, I think that we probably all of our genes came out of one big pot, and we
Yeah.
probably have some of the same genes in our millions of genes that we have in our bodies. That some of them are avian, you know.
Timeless says there's no air about 12,000 feet. I didn't know that. I don't know. That's something you'd have to
It's
learn.
like a spectrum, right? It just gets
Yep.
thinner. There's not a
It's
hard
thinner.
line.
Yep.
It's just thinner and thinner and thinner.
And that's
And
why
that question on the 107,
you have to have oxygen.
It better not be, because that's not true. But
Is
you
that
wouldn't,
question
there wouldn't be
on
much
one-
oxygen up there, right? Anything over 10,000, like you're not going to be able to breathe very much. So
Yep.
oh, right. No, but they wear, no, Tucker wears, he brings oxygen with him. He's
if
done,
he's up
like,
high, if Tucker goes
Yeah,
up high,
he's
you'd
done-
have to. Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah.
he's been up with the airplanes, bro. Some sick altitude.
You know where the best place to fly or the best altitude is, like kicking across the top of cornfields, like literally 5-6 feet across the hill.
Dude, I
That's
know.
awesome. That's awesome.
And he's done, Paul, he's done some things where he'll see a car
Oh yeah.
cruising down the road and he's like, oh, let's go say hello. That's he. And he comes on in and he does this little thing. He's like, hey. So could you imagine driving a car and you look over and you see Philly Drone like, for the love of God, man, I'm out of control. Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
Michael
would
would
be
have
awesome.
Michael be towing his own banner.
Yeah,
Philly
yeah.
Drone, you know?
Don't forget, subscribe. It's
Yeah.
my full-time job. I got 8 months left to be a star. After that, who knows? We're going to TikTok.
Oh God, help me! My wife is TikTok constantly,
Does she?
constantly. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Sorry.
What is it? What is TikTok? I just started seeing it.
It's a social media for kids.
Oh, for kids.
Yeah, man, like for young, really young people. Like she's an old girl like me, you know. Like, well, I'm an old guy, but you know,
Why is it like YouTube though? Is it a YouTube thing?
it's kind of like a YouTube and a Facebook mixed together.
Oh.
Everybody does these short little videos and these cute little memes, you know, and it's just it's kind of like repetitive, constant,
Do
short.
they give you a time limit? Like your videos can only be a minute? Oh, you don't know anything
I'm
about
not on it. Yeah, I just hear it. It's really annoying.
it. Yeah.
And then YouTube's constantly giving me TikTok ads every time I open it up now.
Amazing,
I
man.
said, YouTube, try to show me this ad. And it said, why? And I said, repetitive.
So you know what's so cool about this camera? Getting back to the security. It's wireless, okay, but it's so awesome that I could have a camera outside of the house, and then I can bring this TV, this little thing, anywhere in the home with me. And I mean, I know you can do it with your cell phones nowadays, but when I got this was a few years back. The cell phones weren't out. Plus, if you're doing it on your cell phone, how do you take a call? How do you know what I mean? If you're using your cell phone to connect to your camera, your phone's pretty much taken up, isn't it? I mean, right? So,
Only if
but
you're
this is
actively trying to look at it. Yeah, sure.
yeah. So, I mean, it's so nice. I can bring this anywhere, and I'm here and I'm staring at the outside of my house, making sure the car's okay.
Yep.
You know, and then unfortunately, I live in a place where you have to do that. But there's not really any delay. I mean, not enough to if I see somebody breaking in the car where I'm going to catch him. You know, if somebody messes with the car, I'm going to run to the front door. I got him. You know, so I kind of like that. But the night vision sucks and the quality sucks. And when we bought it, I think it was only 480 or pixels. So yeah, it was a few years ago. But
I
now
got some of those Blink XT cameras. They're Amazon just bought the company.
yes. How are they? How do they work?
They're
Is
not
it-
as good as like a full featured security system, but there's no installation, right? They just work on a battery, and
That's
you just
what I
basically plug them in outside somewhere,
Okay.
So no battery, no nothing, and they connect wirelessly to your network. So
Now, how do you view it? Is it one of them things where it's motion detected when it sees something it turns on, or when something?
Correct.
I don't
Yes.
like that. That's
Yeah.
useless to me.
yeah.
Hey,
It's
Jack.
I don't want
also-
somebody. Yeah, go ahead.
Jack
also look
Sparky,
through them.
you have a good evening and drive safe headed home.
Oh, take care, Jack.
See you
Brandon
later, Jackie.
Ariel says, Asgard, I'm fried.
No skin on my nose. So
Yeah.
he went.
He was
Wow.
in Cuba
From
for a week or
Cuba.
two.
He was
Yeah.
in Cuba for a week.
Oh, I was going to say it's freezing here. What's he talking about? Oh, awesome, Gary. Enjoy. Oh, that's great, man. He's on vacation or holiday, so they call it.
Yep.
So what were you saying? You go ahead. So about the camera. So how does it work?
So
You have
can
to
look
go
at
into the app?
Yeah, so you basically, well, I'll show you. You go into an app. So here, for example, there's my Blink XT.
Okay.
And then you can see the various camera views. I can look at, there's my front door of my house, for example.
Is that live view right there? That's a live view?
If I click, I get a live view. Otherwise, it just activates when somebody goes near it and then starts recording,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is what I wanted. I wanted it just for security. Like if somebody's out doing something in my yard, I want to see who's doing it. You know what I mean?
Correct. So when I go to sleep, I can put it on that. But during the day,
Yeah.
I can click on it and be watching my phone then.
Yeah. Yes. If you
I
want
like
to, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. I like that.
And if you have the Alexa show or the Echo show rather, that you can also view the security feeds there as well.
So then I would have this, dude. I would have this. If I had-
Essentially, yeah. Essentially,
Nice.
yeah.
And I
they're
can.
cheap.
Oh, you got it.
They're like $60 American, I think, a pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just order
Cameras,
them.
they're not expensive. Yeah.
The other night we went to Best Buy. Let me tell you something about Best Buy. I don't know what's going on with the Best Buys. I got to make a video. I'm really pissed off at Best Buys. What's up with their drone section? Why is there drone sections in Best Buy? They're falling apart, guys. Come on,
Yeah, nothing in there.
get it together, man. People, drones are hot. There's like one blade.
That's because everybody's buying them through Amazon.
Or they're kind
Yeah.
of scared, right? They're scared of all this regulation crap, so they don't want to buy them, right?
They, as far as they've always been that way. You hear now they do have. It's funny though. They got plenty, twos and zooms. Plenty of Mavic 2 Pros and Mavic 2 zooms.
Yeah.
A whole couple of them. But there's no accessories on there, and that's it. They got nothing else.
That's
Not
a
a
bummer.
hello, nothing. They show a unique behind a little case. They show a Mavic Air.
Yeah.
And then no accessories, no nothing, no just nothing. A couple of backpacks.
You could probably get that unique. They probably have that in stock.
Yes, they do. They do. They're,
Are they still selling well, Uniques?
yeah, the big one.
Oh, you don't like them?
They're not selling well. That's why they have them.
Oh, I got it. It makes sense.
Best Buy and these guys, you got to remember, a lot of times their problem is getting product. So
Yeah.
they're usually one and done. Don't believe that nonsense. Like, oh, we're getting another. No, they're usually one and done.
Yeah, they get 2 or 3 of them. That's it.
Well, no, they can get like 10 to 50 of them, but that's it. When those
They
is done,
must do
they're
some
done.
projection, right? They figure they're going to sell 12, so they order 12, and that's all.
Right.
Yeah, I see.
And plus, I don't think that DJI really takes that chance with those guys and stocking up those stores like that.
Yeah.
Well, their big sales is through the big box, the big like Amazon and all those kinds of places. That's what really sells them.
Let me ask you, how do these guys, did you ever go on eBay and you go to, for instance, I was looking at eBay on the Mini. Now the Mini you can't get it anywhere. I looked at all the stores. They're all sold out. Yet you go to eBay, 50 left,
Yeah.
60 left. Where are they getting them?
That's
Where the hell are they
bullshit.
getting
That's what
them?
that is. That's vaporware, man. That's
It's
dreaming.
It's called guys buying and hoarding them.
Yeah.
The same thing with like Amazon. Guys will hoarding drones.
Yeah, it's kind of like Michael, my 10 Inspire 2s that I didn't get from Walmart.
Say what?
Oh, gotcha. There's not 50. Gotcha. Yeah, they're
Well,
saying it's 50.
When you were gone,
Oh, right.
there was a mistake at Walmart in the pricing. They
Yeah.
had the Inspire 2s loaded up kit
Yeah.
for $29.95.
You're
Okay.
I bought 10 of them.
29. You mean 20?
I got
$29.99.
I bought two, Paul.
Damn.
I bought two.
thank you.
I can
If
only
you
afford-
remember when
We
the,
never got them though, Hugh.
Yeah.
when the P4 Pro was discontinued,
Yes.
they were on Amazon for like $3,000-$4,000.
Yes.
Because guys buy them
Right.
and hoard them.
right. No, I
Crazy.
understand that. I understand that.
It's just like ticket scalping.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But Herman, the prices that they were calling for were still $3.99. So where's the profit? Unless they're buying 30 of them at $300, they got to be making money somewhere. Or
They got a
No,
cousin.
they bought them at $1,500 and was selling them for $3,000.
no, what you're talking about? Yes, no, I get that. But the guys with the mini, there are 50. We got 50 left. How did you get 50 minis? You sell them for $3.99. You're not being any more. So where did you buy them for less than $3.99 that you were able to get 50 of them? That's my question. When Best Buy and other big stores can't get two, anywhere in America. We looked within 30 miles of my house for a mini so I can walk into the store, buy it, and walk out. I can have it now. We went things yesterday. Could not find it.
Hey, Jay, what's up, man?
You don't have a DJI store in Philadelphia?
No, but we need one. Did they? Hey, you know what? It's funny. Do we have one? Do you guys have one, Herman? Is there
New
an
York? Herman's a regular in there. He goes in and they say, "Well, good to see you, Mr. Green. What can we do for you today?"
We have one right here in Manhattan, and we have one across the bridge over in Paramus.
Oh,
in
dude,
Jersey.
that's not fair, man. That's just not fair. But Herman, if you go into that store, do they have the mini in stock in that
I
store?
haven't been in there in a while, but they had it the last time I was in there.
Okay. All right. Well, we'd have to take a look at, maybe go online and take a look.
They're flying it around in the store.
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, they always have. There's a Phantom 4 too.
I'll
at
give you
Best
the
Buy.
number. You can call them.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me the number. I'll call. I'm curious. Because I'm looking for something else. You wouldn't be surprised. I'm looking for it. Do they take PayPal?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What's the number, Herman?
Hold on, I'm trying to get it.
Okay.
Oh,
And this is in New York, so it shouldn't take long, right? A couple days to get here. And it's a DJI store. DJI.
212
Okay.
333
Gotcha.
3990.
$39.90. Thank you, sir.
damn.
And they're probably open right now, Michael.
Yeah, till 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Sunday night. Is it Sunday?
This
Yeah.
is Monday, Michael.
Monday night.
Monday.
It's Monday night.
You know what I've been watching that might be of interest to you drone guys, us drone guys? Project Blue Book. I think I mentioned it to you, Paul, when I was on Rogers the other
Yep.
day. It's all, if you guys remember the show from the 70s, I think you guys
Yep.
are all old enough, right? So
Yep.
Project Blue Book, or I think they reclassified it as Project UFO or something. Anyway, the government looked into all these UFO investigations for anybody that hasn't seen it. So Project Blue Book focuses on this Air Force guy and this physicist that go around the country investigating all these UFO claims. Really good show. Very, very well done.
I love that stuff. I'm all into that project.
Oh yeah, so
Looking.
cool.
Oh, I love it. I didn't know they had a movie, but
It's a new series.
a new series.
Yeah,
Cool.
really, really well done. Good cast. You know the guy Littlefinger from Game of Thrones?
Nah, I don't watch Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
okay. Anyway, Littlefinger's the doctor, so it's pretty cool to see him on.
Jay Santiago is in the house in the chat.
What is up, Jay? You know, it's funny. Let me.
Roger
Newfound
names
Drone
him after the
Productions,
city in
been here a while.
California.
Newfound.
Was that Herman? I didn't hear you. But
Roger named him after the city in California. San Diego.
San Diego.
Everybody, remember, Roger is going to be on again tonight at 7 p.m., just so you know.
Right on. Well, I'm glad I finally caught you on, Paul. I kept seeing your shows uploaded and I kept missing them live. So
Well, Michael called me and raised hell because he sleeps late on the afternoons usually.
yeah,
So he had to adjust his personal schedule. So he had his personal assistant remind him
There you go.
of the show tonight.
The wind went back up.
Yep.
Yep. Brand Ariels has been up. Gary's been up today. He got in this morning at 9 a.m. or 5 a.m. 5 a.m.
Good Lord. That's
Who was he?
early.
Was he traveling?
Cuba.
He
Cuba,
spent
hermano.
a week in Cuba, I think.
La Isla del Fidel.
Yeah.
I'd be scared to leave this country, man. All the crazy crap that's going on.
Right now, you should be scared, but
Yeah.
normally I think you're all right.
You know what? The same things happen right here too.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
scared to leave my house, let alone the country.
You know what? You know what? I'll tell you. I've traveled all over the world, and I've been to almost every major city on the planet.
Uh-huh.
And the scariest mother trucking city I've ever been to is Denver. That place is dodgy, man. That's shady.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not kidding. 20 years ago, well, maybe 15 years ago, Denver was a rough place.
You know what's funny about that?
A lot of gangbangers, like a lot seriously hard.
I've gone to Baltimore in like many different times, like,
Love Baltimore.
and
Bad joint though.
yeah, now
Easy.
it's, but back in the
I watched The Wire. I know how to
in
handle myself.
80s, yeah, okay, okay, it's real.
I'm a pro.
It's real.
AZ
how to
Drones,
say.
how you doing? Welcome.
God, I know there's some tough places in Baltimore. I lived in DC for 10
That's
years.
just
now.
like I see the same thing with like out there where Mike is. Like there's certain things like I thought was interesting. Like they make those short sidewalks. Like
Yeah.
nobody planned to have a sidewalk. They just threw it in afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth.
Philly, you know, Mike, the first time I went to Philly, I arrived there early on a Sunday morning, and there was a car burning on a sidewalk. That was my first introduction to West Philly. Literally, I'm not joking. A car was on fire. I'm driving. This is like people are just getting ready to go to church, and there's this car burning on the street. I'm driving by. I'm like, this is Philadelphia? Yeah. I was like 24, 25 years old. I was like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Hugh, that's the same thing when I was going to college. I went to on a visit to Temple.
Okay.
And as I come out the train station, some guy runs by because he snatched this girl's earrings.
Like right off her ears?
Yeah.
Ripped them out of her ears, huh?
And I was like, holy shit, did the train even leave New York?
Yeah.
You thought you were back home.
Ouch.
Yeah, the snatch and grabs are pretty bad in here. And it's all due to the drugs. The drugs have gotten so bad in South Philadelphia now. They were always bad, and they're everywhere in every city. But there's just something. I mean, either they're really good now, or people have gotten really bad. Something's kicked up a notch.
You know what? I remember my first job, like a real job. And I was saying to myself, you know what? I'm going back to school.
Yeah.
I used to come out this one side of the warehouse to take in these deliveries. And it was on the same side with the housing projects and some other businesses in front of it. And the guys would come out the projects on this side, snatch the chain and run in this side.
Oh, yeah.
Come out this side, snatch the chain and run in this side. I would watch the police sometimes chase these guys into the projects. They disappear. You see a whole bunch of cops coming back from the other side. I'm like, you didn't catch them, did you?
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I can't do this no more. The UPS driver in that neighborhood used to have armed security.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, I can't work here. I don't want to do this.
And
I'm going back to school.
That's my worst fear when I fly up in Center City. Center City ain't so bad. Well, it's getting there, but North Philly, when I fly from North Philly early in the morning, it's not so much that the people I'm worried about as the snatch and runs. When my drone's just sitting there on the ground and you get somebody walking by, that's what I'm afraid of, because I ain't catching these guys. There's just no way.
I feel you.
You know, and I'm always so when I see people coming up, when you see them, that's the key the key word. I try to put the drone between my legs, so at least they got to push me over at least, you know, to grab it. And usually when you do that, they, you know, but to just have it sitting there and I'm playing with something on, you know, setting settings or something, that's the one thing that
Well,
always.
Michael, what you need to do is fire up the props while it's sitting there. Just let
Go
it
ahead.
sit there
That's
and
not a
spin.
bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yep.
That's a good idea, Paul.
Yeah.
Either that or
And go
get the
live.
prop gun and lay it on the bench
Yeah.
right next to you.
Well, that's one of the
You know
reasons.
how you sit on the ground, you turn it on and they sit there and spin.
Yeah,
You know, some guy's gonna look at it. Nah, I'm not reaching for that.
yeah.
I
You're
had a
exactly.
lady almost walk into it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Had to
And,
stop.
oh,
her.
and you have a Phantom. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, she didn't see it on the floor. She was just coming.
Now, Herman, if you ever stop flying Phantoms, what are you going to do? Change the name of your channel?
No.
You just never stop it. You're never leaving the Phantom.
The whole
Phantom.
idea of that channel name had nothing to do with the drone.
Oh, okay.
It was all based upon the fact that I was never gonna come from behind the camera.
I got you.
You're right. Get out of here. I like that,
Getting
bro.
all theatrical on us now. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That was the whole idea behind that.
What happened? Did you get caught one day? You get caught on a live stream or something? You had to go with it,
No.
or you just decided to change? You know,
I decided to change
go. Yeah, I hear you. Sometimes that
because it
happens.
was things that I wanted to do after a while, and I knew I would have to come from behind the camera and actually say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And then I met Roger, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
you know, let me tell you something. YouTube is you know, hey, anything in life is what you make out of it. But I know for me personally, I've used the platform to just grow as a human. And if you look around, you can see people that couldn't do a sentence on live television or in front of a microphone a year ago are
Mhm.
singing today on, and you'd be surprised it carries them. It's just, you know, they're still alone. When I do my show, it's just me. But you make this connection with other people, and then all of a sudden
for sure.
you start changing as a human being
Yeah.
because you feel more open. You're not afraid to be in front of a camera now, and it's a miracle to watch these people
You
grow.
ought to go places that people seen your work and know who you are. That's even
Oh, I can't wait till
Very
that
cool.
happens, bro. Can't wait till that happens. I haven't
And then-
never noticed.
and
outside.
then you hear them across. You're like, oh, the dynamic range. Oh,
oh,
Okay,
yeah. Well,
Well, you're the guy that was flying over my lawn last week. Would you stop, please?
let me tell you a story, guys. The
Bother my dog.
other day we had a guy come knock on my door. So I look in my camera and I was live with it. I was doing a live show and he knocked on my door and I'm like, who the hell is this? And I look, it's a guy with a kid. So I
Mhm.
thought maybe they're selling something. I get to the door. Philly Joe Life. Oh, that's Philly Joe Life. Look, it's Philly. The guy was starstruck. And
Oh my God, that's awesome.
now it was scary. Trust me, it was scary that somebody hunted me out and found my home. But within 2 minutes, I'm like, dude, come on in. I invited him in my house, and if you would have seen him,
That's
he
awesome.
was so excited. The kid couldn't pull on his dad's shirt, and it just made me think, like, wow, that's freaking like from YouTube, just flying a drone. So it was so cool.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
so, although it's scary, and I thought like, oh my God, people, people can find you. You have to let that one
course.
go because nowadays, just Google. You can just Google Maps. You can find people. So, and
Well, Geek Savannah just said in the chat, he said, took him a while to get out from behind the camera too. It was a tough step.
yes, yeah, and
Tough step.
it really is. But once you do it, it's addictive. It really is addictive because you get this rush and this feeling. It's so overwhelming. And then you get better at it. And when you finish, it's like, wow, I had a good show. That was pretty good. And you can't wait till the next one. That's why I knew, Paul, you would be doing your own show
Yeah.
sooner or later. And then, I knew it was that because that's why you go to all these other shows.
I only do it for Roger.
Okay, you're doing this one for
Okay.
Roger. Yeah.
Right.
This
And
one
for
for
Herman, because Herman
Listen to this.
Herman had me with he had an arm bar on me. I'm
This
out
is,
my
oh, I
back.
had an arm bar on him now.
Arm bar.
As if I didn't come and find him live the first time he went live. Then he had the nerve to turn around and go live at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, and I thank you,
2:00 in the
Herman. For
morning?
coming.
I wasn't there.
Wow.
Herman supports all of his friends.
Go back and check out the 2:00 in the morning show. That wasn't me, Paul. It was somebody else.
Somebody else by the name of Herman Green, right?
You had
Phantom
another
Flight
guy there.
101.
Nope, wasn't me. 2
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
At 2:00 in the morning, if I even saw the alert, I'd be like,
Well, I heard Lawrence said that you and he had a conversation about it the
From the
next
phone.
morning.
step away from the phone. He might hear me moving around. Why didn't you come in? Because I was going to bed. That many times I caught when Roger was doing that,
Yeah.
and I'd be sitting here editing, and I'd get ready to turn everything off, and I see Roger's live.
Yeah.
Why? It's 3
Well,
o'clock in the
I'd go over there and be with him right through until I couldn't take it any longer. And he'd finally say, Paul, go to bed. Go to sleep.
morning. Guy's gonna fall off the chair one day. And this is gonna be YouTube live. And people in the chat talking about, can you see him? Is he down there? Can you see him?
YouTube less than live, right?
Everybody gonna chat, like, can you see him? Is he laying on the floor? Is he right there?
Oh, man.
Hey, Michael, did you catch Lawrence and Herman when they did a live, when we were covering for Roger one morning? They did a live all the way across town, all the way over to
I caught the rerun.
Coney Island.
I caught when you were talking about it. I think it was last week you talked
Yeah.
about it, and I ran back. I caught it. Yep.
Yep,
Amazing.
that was great.
That was exciting. Yeah, that was good.
They made the show. They saved my ass, you know?
All you had to do was get up and do the soft shoe dance. You'd have got him back. You got the ratings up.
Well, there's always other ways too.
No,
you
no,
know?
no, 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 don't do that.
That's for earlier in the day, right?
How much was that puppet, Paul?
He's not even in the chat.
Lynn, I think paid $150 a piece for them.
I knew they're expensive. They're the real thing, man.
They were made by a lady that makes props for television and movies.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, I think I'm gonna go get some supper, fellas.
Okay, Hugh. Hey, thanks
See
for
y'all.
coming in.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. It was good talking
And the
to you guys tonight.
next time you come in, it won't be too long, and Michael have ordered on eBay a power parasailer. You know.
Yeah. And I'm going to be coming to you to learn how to fly it.
Nice.
I can
Yeah.
see it now. Mikey's wife driving down the street while he's sitting up on the top of the car. Go faster.
Need some more lift.
That's not a bad idea. Save me
See
from
you
running.
guys.
Save me from running.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, hey, if I don't, that's that's one of the reasons why I've been running on the treadmill, because you only need a couple minutes. Not even a couple minutes. I think you only have to run for about 10 seconds. So if you could pull a 10-second run off, you're good.
I can see it now. Well, after the first time,
Right on my face, bro.
She comes back with this bicycle with a banana seat for him. Tassels on the handlebar.
Yep, tassels on the handlebars.
The long tassels. Remember the long ones? Yeah. and don't forget the card. You got
Who's that guy? Who's that guy up there flying
the
in the
wheel?
air with that?
Yeah. The card. Come on. Yeah.
Who's that guy flying up there with that bicycle jammed up between his legs?
Yeah, duct tape it, bro. You duct tape it. That was great, though. I bet you I could be a star on YouTube if I do that. The
With
With
only
the way
guy.
you said it,
Yeah.
getting dragged across the concrete, I would think maybe like you
Yeah.
take 2 skateboards to
Yeah.
the front and back of your leg
Yep.
and one on your back. That way, if you get knocked down, you
No, dude.
Either that or you have one of those suits made that you have a ripcord, and what it does is inflates into a big ball, so you just bounce. Boom.
You know, but that's my worst fear. I feel, all right, here we go. I'm running. I trip, I
That
fall
thing-
on my face, and the thing just drags me across.
And that thing get hooked onto a bus or something.
Yeah.
The crosstown run.
Crosstown bus.
And you're like sliding through the streets.
But it'd go epic. It would make epic. You know, I'd finally be a star. I'd be dead, but I'd be a star. He made his star to be
Well,
finally.
you have to look on the bright side, you know.
You do. The glass will be half empty and half full at that point.
And like Paul talking about that big bubble suit.
Yeah.
I can see it now bouncing in the cars. As
Yeah.
it's going down the street.
Kind of like those bubbles you see where they get inside them and they run into each other and stuff, you know.
Then a little twist over,
Yeah.
hit something else.
Well,
That'd be funny.
yeah, I guess.
Well, I think I'm going to call it here so that everybody can go get something to eat before Roger comes on.
Okay.
And but thanks, Herman, for coming in. You know, you are my ultimate co-host. You know,
No problem.
and Michael, Michael is always welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I
And
told Lawrence to go over there and catch you until I get back because I was.
yeah, I know because he was on the
downstairs.
phone. Yep, he was. And but I really appreciate it. I appreciate both of you. I appreciate everybody that's in the chat and everybody that stopped in. And Asgard, thanks again, my friend. And of course, Herman, tell Lawrence I appreciate him coming in too. And so until next time, everybody, you have a great evening. And remember, Roger, Canadian Drone Hub, is on again at 7 o'clock tonight. So everybody take care.
See you.